Who doesn't like a little math in the morning? Here's your fun fact of the day, courtesy of the math nerds at the Ford Motor Company. When adjusted for inflation, Henry Ford's original 1909 Model T, which went on sale in 1908, would be more expensive than the all-new 2022 Ford Maverick. To put it another way, when the Maverick hits dealer lots this fall, it will be less expensive than the Model T. Now stick around, because at the end of this video, we're going to take a deeper dive into the history of Henry Ford's groundbreaking Model T. That original Ford Model T had a cost of $850 when it first went on sale in 1908. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index, today's prices are 29.67 times higher than they were in 1908. This also means that a dollar today only buys 3.37% of what it could in 1908. So if you do all that math, if the Model T were to be sold today in the year 2021, it would carry a sticker of $25,223.10. Let's take that number and contrast it to the all-new 2022 Ford Maverick. The Maverick will come with a starting price of just $19,995. Even after adding in the $14.95 destination and delivery charge, Maverick's $21,490 price tag is well under the adjusted price of the Model T. That being said, Henry Ford offered the Model T in just one configuration in 1908. And he was famously quoted as saying about the Model T, "Any customer can have a car painted any color that he wants, so long as that color is black." Times sure have changed, and while $850 was the price of a Model T, the 2022 Ford Maverick can be optioned to nearly $40,000. By contrast, that would be like optioning a Model T up to about $1,400, or nearly buying two of them. While both vehicles hold 5 passengers and come with 4-cylinder engines, that's where the similarities end. The Model T made 20 horsepower, while the Maverick produces up to 250 horsepower with its 2.0-liter EcoBoost engine. The Model T had an impressive range of 225 to 250 miles, while the Maverick can go more than 500 miles on a tank when paired with the standard 2.5-liter hybrid engine. Ford's Model T used impressive, for the time, high-strength vanadium steel, while the Maverick uses high-strength and ultra-high-strength steel. And finally, the Model T had a 100-inch wheelbase, while the Maverick will come with a slightly larger 121-inch wheelbase. Of course, this comparison between the two models that we're doing, this is all just for fun. So friends out there, is everyone as excited about the Maverick as we are? Well, as promised, here it is, a fun 3-minute history on the Model T. The Ford Model T was the first affordable automobile. Henry Ford famously said that his vehicle was targeted if the common man, only the rich, could afford a car before the Model T came along. And it actually became less expensive throughout production. It cost $850. At the time it was unveiled in 1908 and continuously got cheaper, reaching under $300 in 1925. This was possible thanks to the moving assembly line invented by Henry Ford. However, that's not the only notable fact about the vehicle. There are a few more, from how he got his famous nickname, the Tim. Listen to claims that it was the cause of prohibition. Poland created an armored version of the Model T in June 1920. It was called the Ford FTV, alternatively known as the Model 1920 or the 40TFC. The Ford FTV was developed as part of Poland's desperate attempt to win an ongoing war against the Soviet Union. Poland and Ukraine had formed a coalition against the Soviet Union at the time, but the Soviet Union had invaded and almost overrun Ukraine. Poland feared it was next. Poland decided its 120 Renault FT tanks were too slow down maneuver the Soviet cavalry. It needed something faster. Poland came up with an idea to weld steel armored captured from the German army very low war one to the chassis of a Ford Model T. The result was the Ford FTB. The Ford FTV was small and fast, just as the Polish army hoped. It only required a driver and a machine gunner to operate. However, it was notoriously uncomfortable. The machine gunner could not even stand upright when firing. A later proposal to build 90 improved versions was rejected after the war ended in 1921. The Model T was not the first car built on an assembly line. Henry Ford didn't invent the assembly line either. What he actually invented was the moving assembly line. The assembly line was the invention of Ransom the Olds of the Olds Motor Vehicle Company. The Olds created the assembly line to build the Oldsmobile Curve that Henry Ford built on Olds, his idea but added conveyor belts that moved the cars around the factory. This was the first moving assembly line. This allowed Ford to build a Model T in less than 3 hours down from the drove hours and 30 minutes it previously took. Ford had gotten the idea of the moving assembly line from the conveyor belts used in flour mills, mean plants, and other factories. The Ford Model T went by a few nicknames, including the Liver and the Leaping Nina. However, its most common nickname was the Tin Lizzie. Ford Model T got that nickname from a race. At the time, car dealerships regularly hosted automobile races to publicize the cars in their collection. One such race was held at Pikes Peak in Colorado in 1922. One of the contenders was Noel Bullock and his Model T, which he called Old Liz. Old Liz was truly old. His body paint had faded and its hood was missing. Spectators started calling it the Tin Lizzie over concerns that it looked more like a tin can than a vehicle. Nevertheless, the battered old list went on to defeat the cleaner and more expensive cars in the race. Newspapers reported that surprising, but when called the car that Tin Lizzie instead of Old Liz. So these were some interesting facts about the Model T. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, hit the like button and maybe try one of these other videos on the screen right now to check out more great car and truck videos.